This summer, we have had gnats. We've had a lot of garden produce. It just seems like we had more gnats than normal this year. I don't know why. It was a very dry year. But we tried the vinegar. Vinegar works very fine, although vinegar also just seems like it traps one type of gnat. They're almost all the same size. It's hard to tell exactly what they are. But I was just looking around for something better than vinegar, and this is what I came up with. And it's actually surprising how well it works. It's also horrifying how well it works because I didn't know I had this many gnats. It's just like they were every few days. I got to switch these sticky traps because they're full. So this is a report that I stumbled across. This is published in Nature in search of a spectral composition of an effective light trap for the mushroom pest, and they did some real interesting research here. They looked into the retina of the gnat's eye itself and determined what specific wavelengths were most stimulating to it. And then they took that information and then tried it for different attractants and the intensity of the light and whatnot. And they actually, here's their research, probably more information you want to know right now. I've kind of distilled it down to what they said to this paragraph. And this is what I based this particular project on. They recommended the 370 to 388 nanometer. Again, that's a wavelength of light color. That's actually a UVA category, and also green around 526 nanometers. That's the combination for trapping them. That's what I based it on. However, originally I could not get the green wavelength, so I did get the original UVA one, and this 385 nanometers. That is right in the middle of the category that they recommended. And I had this other green one, so I decided to give it a try. And this is what you're looking at, and this is actually overnight. And what is interesting on here, yes, there's lots of gnats, but there's also mosquitoes on here. In fact, this actually attracted all sorts of things. I've actually seen flies on it and other bugs besides gnats, and it's just different sized gnats. And if you leave this on there for a few days, there's no room left for other gnats to get stuck. So you do have to kind of switch the plastic traps out every few days. But this is my original attempt, and it works so well. And the mosquito here, I was kind of surprised about, and I went ahead and took some close-up pictures of that, even closer than this, and I contacted the extension here, and basically, I think this is Aedes japonicus. A closer update had the orange and yellow hairs, which is indicative to this japonicus mosquito. And this is a carrier of West Nile and all sorts of crappy things. And I cannot believe we've probably caught 10 of these things now in our house, and yet I've not seen a mosquito. So I don't know what this is all about, but I'm really glad that they're stuck here instead of still flying around. And we went and cleaned up every drain, covered everything, trying to eliminate any place where these little critters, can overwinter. But this was a surprise that not only was it catching gnats, but it was actually catching mosquitoes. So this is actually after 36 hours. And this is the original colors I used. And 48 hours, to more, you got to change the plastic. This is what I came up. This is the finished version. This actually has the correct lights. That was the 527 nanometers. That was what the research was based on. So what you're looking at the top row here, that's the one I just started using by convenience, what I had. And I went ahead and left these on here because I was attracting mosquitoes. Now, I don't know. It maybe have been that wavelength. So I'm not going to mess with success. The second row down here, that's the UVA. That's that 385 nanometer. The really bright ones here, that's the evidence-based 527. That's the nanometers that they really said that our combination would be good. And they are extremely bright. In fact, I actually had to swap out the resistor just to kind of dim these down. They were blindingly bright, and I did not want that where I'm at. This particular one hangs by my workstation in the basement here, and it was so bright. So this is all the parts I used So, and there's the 30 pack of window fly traps. So basically, it comes in long strips. I just cut them in thirds. So you get um, 90 traps for this box. So, but the schematic itself, it's really a pretty simple design. I'm using 3 of these LEDs in series, so you don't really you wouldn't have to make a printed circuit board for this. It could just be point-to-point construction. And I used a 12 volt 2 amp power supply, just kind of a wall wart plug-in. And to note here, I used 1.8K resistor for the Mouser 527 nanometers just to limit the current, because and that wasn't, and it also limited the brightness, of course. But boy, that was amazingly bright. Okay, if you go over to Thingiverse OT and AT, you can actually download the artwork if you want to make your own printed circuit board that actually fits this case. I also uploaded to them. These cases just kind of snap together. I used hot glue just to kind of to attach the printed circuit board into the top of the 3D printed case. The ones I've uploaded actually has 4 holes. This is an earlier version. That way you have mounting options, whatever. So, but there is what's actually happening on the printed circuit board. You know, what side's plus and what side's minus on the diodes. But like I said, I hope this helps, because this has been a really amazing thing of decreasing our gnats. I think we're finally maybe have seen that. They're starting to kind of decrease the number I'm catching day by day. They had to. I don't know where they're coming from, but I have to say this is amazing how it works, and a little bit disturbing how well it works because if I'm ever catching. So anyway, if you're looking for something non-pesticide, nice little trap to do, I would definitely say try this. Better than vinegar. All right, hope it helps.